Okay, hello and welcome to my stream today. Today I will be streaming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I'll be doing a bit of shiny hunting just to fill in some gaps in my living decks. So I've already found a couple of outbreaks of things. I've got that guy there I need, and I've also got Spidops there that I'll be going after. Just to start with, if I find both of them, I'll wing it from there. So I'm going to see what happens. But that's my starting point. Yep, so I thought I'd go with a bit more of a simpler shiny hunt this time, rather than the Unknown and Legends Arceus that I did last time. Maschiff. So these are going to be fairly easy to spot, just shiny hunting from the outbreaks. But yeah, the Unknown last time I tested a bit more off stream and they were just not showing up frequently enough. So probably not the best thing to stream a shiny hunt of. Finding one in a 2-hour stream, 2-hour plus stream. So that'll probably be something I do just from time to time when I've got a bit of free time, nothing else to do. I figured today I'd get back on with my living decks. So I've got quite a lot in this game already, 300 odd shinies already. Plus a whole load of stuff I've got on games before now. That I haven't sorted through my shiny collection properly yet, but I figured I'd start off with just some Paldean Pokemon, just to, as they're easy to check what I've got and what I haven't. They're just the latest games. So sorted through, found that I still need a handful of things. I think about 9 or 10 just that can be caught in the wild. Then more of the starters. I've already got one of each, but for a living deck I'll need 3 of each, so I need 2 more of each. But they'll have to be bred for, which will be a bit more time consuming. I'm just not paying attention then. I think I've shiny hunted for at least one of everything in this game now, so just filling in to get the living decks. So some previous Pokemon I've fought shiny on previous games, so less likely to need them. But I do need to finish sorting out my living decks at some point. So I have one Maschiff shiny already, so the second one I can evolve one to Maschiff. Got a Spidops, not Spidops, blanked on its name now. Oh yeah, it's Spidops. Got the right name. It's Tarantula. Or have I got them the wrong way around? I might have got them the wrong way around. Nice, I'm gonna get things like that modded up. I got the Maschiff there already. Tarantula's the yeah, I got it right. It's the Spidops that. Yeah. Second guess myself a lot of things like that. I really shouldn't. Most of my shiny hunting from outbreaks. I can use sandwiches if I want, but I think it's a bit too much effort to keep going through collecting the Herba Mystica. then you're limited to the half-hour time period, and then you've got to do it all over again. So, usually I will find the shiny I want from a single sandwich, but occasionally it won't happen, and just have to reset. It's a bit of a pain, so I just like this. It's probably a little bit more time consuming, but sometimes not. Sometimes it can be really quick. So just running around, knocking stuff out. Start with, once I get to a certain point, I'll start the hunt proper. Oops. So I only need one, so it's not gonna break on that. I've done some ridiculous shiny hunts on this game before now. My full collection of shiny Minior, full collection of shiny Alchemy. That was really helped by the event that they done. These ruins are going to be a bit problematic. Obscuring view. Shouldn't be too bad. I think the Minior is probably the most annoying hunt, because you can't see it at all when it's shiny. I mean, to get one of each colour. A bit of a pain. I have to keep an eye on the background just in case anything shiny pops up while I'm doing this. Cause, oh, there we go. Knocking out a few more. Wait for the. I don't keep track of the number. I just wait for the notification to pop up. So that's usually about right. As long as I don't knock all of them out to make the outbreak despawn, that should be fine. That should be fine at this point. Start just running around to begin with. So I quite often use the picnics to reset spawns, but in this spot with the ruins blocking the view, it could be a bit more tricky. So this one, the shiny will be mostly grey, so I'll be careful with the shadows. What about this one? Whoop. That's the problem with the running around method. You can have one spawn and despawn before you see it. Sometimes this works really quick, sometimes it takes its time. Oops. Also helps you pay attention to where you're going. Usually fairly quick to spot shiny. Shiny hunting so many times and get a bit of an eye for it after a while. So that would be the hair is the most noticeable thing, because it's not yellow. Currently the hair shows up quite clearly. Just looking for a very dark coloured one. So this is the bit where it slows down the most. It's dark coloured, mostly. Not the right Pokemon. I do like these outbreaks for shiny hunting. Just sort of strolling around, just keeping an eye out for shinies. They're quite relaxing. You're going to annoy me every time I see you, so I'm just going to grab that. I've not maxed out my Gimmickle coins. I had at one point. Probably evolved a couple. I evolved a shiny, didn't I? Managed to get a couple of shinies from the events when they've been about. I've got a shiny Goldingo. Was not paying attention in the slightest there. I was looking further ahead. How far over do they actually spawn in these ruins? But give me one. I really don't need the coins. I've got so many saved up from where I maxed out my count. Probably completely refill from the guy who gives them to you. Quite often find shinies just around when I'm doing one of these hunts. Is one right behind the ruins or not? I'm afraid of seeing a shiny Hoppip. Shiny Hoppip's fine, but I know I've got a handful of them already. There's little groups of them. So mostly around that area. If a picnic reset might be quicker. Pull out a picnic quickly just to check what the spawns are like. Sometimes a picnic I find works better. It's probably a bit too far to the edge here. Other side maybe? This might be the spot. Ruins may block the view a little bit. See how this looks. Maybe quicker, it may not be. Kind of depends on the spot, I find. I just want to see what sort of spawns this gets. Oh, this is getting spawned down below. Yeah, that's not gonna work. problem with cliffs like that if you... I think it does take height into account, I'm not sure, it might not. Cliffs are always a bit of a finicky one to hunt on. Sort of spawn Pokemon down below. It's a little bit different shiny hunting for me today, because I'm doing it on docked mode rather than handheld. Well, bigger screen to look at than I'm used to. Don't know whether that will help or not, to be honest. It won't take too long to find a shiny. Hopefully the Spidops are in a good place to hunt them. So some outbreaks are just not in good positions. So if I can get them when they're stuck in a wall, Pokemon can't even be reached or seen. I have found a shiny at a wall before. Still not a great way to do it. Check the hammer. God, I need another Tink. Styler. That's a few more than I thought I needed. 13 I need. So I think probably the most difficult ones for this will be Frigiback's line, which could get to be a little bit of a pain, because they are really hard to spot, especially in the snow. Snowing and you're trying to hunt Frigibacks, it makes it even hard to see the difference. I think the two I'm going for today are probably quite easy to spot out of all of them that I could be going for, so it would be fairly easy to get as long as they actually spawn. So. You can see the Pokemon spawn at the bottom of the cliff. Pretty sure there are some spots where the cliff's high enough that it doesn't do that. There's the plateau to the east. There's a little horde of them. Look. Moving backwards. Not the easiest way to see. Look where I'm going. Just like a count of how many times I fall off that cliff. Going up faster than the shinies I catch. Yeah, I do like just casually roaming around looking for shinies like this. I've been shiny hunting since Platinum, I think. That's where I first started properly shiny hunting. I think I soft reset for Rotom to start with, just to see if I could. I was curious. I think I got it. It took me like a week or so. I was quite proud of myself for that, so I thought, oh, I'll go for another shiny. What else can I go for? And then went for Mudkip after that, maybe. I hate it when the lighting changes because it throws off my eye. I didn't just see a shiny spawn and despawn just so I moved. Hoping that was just a shadow I spotted. Which is probably not too dissimilar to the actual colour of these when they're shiny. Which is the issue. Ugh. Missed him that time. Yeah, so my early shiny hunts were mostly just breeding, so I do still do a bit of I still do a bit of breeding. If I can't catch them easily through some other means. It is a bit more fiddly now that they've done it through the picnics rather than through a daycare system. So you have to keep building up a large number of eggs and then hatching them in bulk rather than hatching them one by one as you go, which is what I'd do before. Plus using sandwiches to speed up the breeding. I found I could get like 90 eggs from a single sandwich. But before it would just be a case of running up and down, picking up a new egg every time one hatched, so a bit more straightforward. Or just round in circles as it was on Scarlet, not Scarlet Violet, Sword and Shield. Hoping the shiny doesn't hide in a bush when it does show up. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Poké-Radar and stuff hunts. I've done a couple, but never really got into them. Just too fiddly and needed to be paying full attention. I quite often just like relaxing and watching TV or YouTube or a stream or something in the background while I play, so paying that level of attention to it was a bit tiring, I found. I got bored of it quite quickly. So fishing, I liked. That was fairly quick, the chain fishing. So it's a shame fishing didn't make a return in this. So. But it was. I did find it very easy to get shinies by chain fishing in the past. This was the. I think I've done a little bit of horde hunting in XY and that. There was also the. Was it the Pal Park or something like that it was called? Which had a boosted shiny rate. So I got quite a few from that. Just had loads of random people, hopes of finding something I needed. I think I almost completed the living decks at that point, going forward. Since then I've caught most shinies. as I've been going through the games, so I should have a mostly complete living dex. At least one of each line, at least, so I haven't gone through filling out with every Pokemon just yet. I was only ever intending, when I first started doing it, just intending to get one of each evolution time, or final evolution at least. So, like Gardevoir, or the Routes line, I'd get 2 of, so do Gardevoir and Gallade. But as I've gone on, I've caught multiples and duplicates of ones I've already caught, so probably quite a way towards filling out the full living dex at this point. So Scarlet and Violet, I've picked up one of every line again. So any that have appeared before, I now have at least 2 of, assuming I didn't miss them out when I was hunting before, for some reason. Oops. I did play Pokemon Go as well, but a bit too easy to get shinies. I'll use it as a backup, but maybe to get just fill in some of the gaps again. But for the most part, I'll be doing my shiny living dex just through sort of main game captures. So there will be a few that I'll need to get from other sources for like legendary, mythical gifts and stuff. But most of them I'll be catching myself. I have the regular living dex already, the non-shiny one, just sort of laying around. I do it every generation, every game. Generation. They do a new shiny living dex, a new non-shiny living dex before I start shiny hunting. It's just an easy way of getting the shiny charm, keeping track of everything. Currently got my living dex non-shiny for this generation stored on my Scarlet game. This is my Violet game. I could transfer it to Pokemon Home at some point. I probably will transfer it to Pokemon Home at some point, but I find the mobile app a bit annoying. You have to do trades through the mobile app, but the organisation on the mobile app I hate. The way it's just in a big list and the default is just the latest ones you got. It's like, well, I don't want to trade the latest ones I got, I want to keep them, I've just put them in the game. Yeah, I've got all my old shinies on Pokemon Bank now, I think. Just need to transfer them over, then sort through them, which will take quite a while, because there are quite a lot of Pokemon to go through. Unfortunately, most legendaries I think have got shiny now, so they've either been given out during events, or I managed to shiny hunt for them on like Alpha and Omega. Got quite a lot of shinies from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The shiny Meloetta gift. The shiny Meloetta gift that they've given out on Home recently was quite a nice one. So first time that's been available shiny. So fortunately, I already had the living dex ready to go. So I don't think I'd actually. No, I must have already put it on. I think that was it. I was missing like 1 or 2 Pokemon for some reason. I think I might have pulled them off GTS or something like that and used them to fill the... I think it was the version exclusives. I used them to fill the living decks that I was putting together. And they didn't actually count as being caught in Scarlet and Violet, so they didn't count towards Home's living decks count, which was annoying. Since then I've been starting to go through tidying up some of the others, making sure I've got all of them natively, which I think I've done for Let's Go and Sword and Shield. It's just... and Legends Arceus. I think it's just BDSP that I haven't done that for, which... I think most of them are just breeding. I think what I'd done was I'd caught Pokemon and then evolved them for the in-game living decks, and just never bothered getting extra pre-evolutions, so when I did transfer them to Home, I only had the fully evolved forms. So I've just got to breed, or just catch. So some of them are one-off Pokemon that you get as a gift that I'll need to breed for, or like babies and stuff. I wonder how I managed to get babies and then evolve them. Don't know how I missed them. I might have got them off Pokemon Home as well. But that shouldn't take too long to just fill out that last bit of living decks. So in case they do another giveaway like that. So they're give out shiny mythicals, I'm all up for it. So it's a good legitimate way to get them. So I have used some less legitimate ways in the past, but I think most of the time I've done that, I've then ended up releasing them anyhow. So or it was on older games, I've just never transferred them forward. So sometimes I'd receive them in trades. I'll be like, oh, I've got a shiny of this in a GTS trade. Then I'd look at it and I'm like, yeah, this is just completely hacked. And I'll just delete it. So, if I get anything in a trade that I'm dubious of, I will check it out fairly thoroughly. If it looks legitimate and the game doesn't flag it as being anything wrong with it, then I'm quite happy to keep it. But if it looks badly hacked, it's got like a website as its trainer name or something like that, I'll like, yeah, probably best not to keep hold of it. I haven't actually sorted through them in a while. I need to do that again. Been getting a few shinies off GTS just from random trades, so might need to weed out a few duplicates again. This was their shiny hunting ones. There were the Dynamax Adventures on Sword and Shield. They're alright, but it was a bit annoying because you had to go through the whole run every time. And I was just doing it by myself, so I didn't have anyone playing with me to help, so I was just relying on the computers not to mess up, but they would very frequently mess up, and it was a real pain in the ass. I would just start over again when the computer messed up. Did get a couple of shinies off it though. I think like one of my first times I went through it, I got a shiny Zygarde and I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I've also had ones where I've got 2 shinies out of it in one run. I'm like, oh, I can only keep one. I was hunting through that for Xurkitree at one point. I think I ended up getting a Xurkitree elsewhere in the end. think it might have been when Legends Arceus came out, I just swapped over to Legends Arceus. Sort of forgot about it. Legends Arceus, so I done some shiny hunting on. So I think I got all of the new Pokemon, the Hisuian Pokemon shiny on Legends Arceus, and whatever else I found along the way, because you found a lot of shinies just roaming around on that. There we go, there's a shiny, found it. Quick save. Right, that's one out of the way. Almost missed him, hiding behind the rock. Right. Let's throw a ball. I have a habit of catching them just Premier Balls. I started that on Let's Go. Ah, so I didn't catch much. I could false swipe it. I doubt it has any self-harming moves. It's level 10. Unlikely. I did save though, so either way. Yeah, I think the Premier Ball thing, I think started in the Let's Go games. I have a habit of catching most shinies in Premier Balls now, just as a novelty. There's no real reason to it. Kind of stupid, to be honest. It started off just because Let's Go was such a pain to actually catch Pokemon because of the throwing mechanic. I'd save that. Sorry, she. Not a female. Does it have a mark? No. Give it a star. I always do that. All of my shinies are marked with stars, so it's... I've messed up here somewhere. What have I messed up here? I've either missed out... I've obviously missed out space for 2 Pokemon. Which could be something I have in a party or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check that later. Where would that be? Just get the list here. That spot. I don't know. It's 2 spaces. I'll that one Cerebeat. Just quickly to check my decks. I could just pull up the decks in game, but where are we? The Tinkers. Ah, right, I got it. Flittle and Espathra. The Tinker was in the wrong place. Espathra is in my party. Flittle, I will need another one. That's going to be a pain in the arse one. Right, there you go. So I've got my Haldane shiny decks. Mostly here, so there's a few that are in parties and stuff. So I've got my Ceruledge. All of these are shiny, so that's them sort. I've got both the marked and non-marked forms of these. A load of others here that are ones I've used in parties before now that I haven't bothered putting with the others. Anyway, yeah, so the Premier Balls, yeah, that I was saying. The Premier Balls, it mostly was with. I think I'd done it a little bit just because I could, but it sort of stuck as a thing after I got Mewtwo in the Let's Go games. Let's Go Pikachu, probably. Right, after one. So just as a funny thing, I just thought I'd catch the shiny Mewtwo once I finally found it in a Premier Ball. I had other balls as a backup, but I thought it'd be funny, and I caught it, so worked out. I was a little afraid it was going to run away, but how's this looking? It should be alright to shiny hunt here. Yeah, since I caught that Mewtwo, it's just sort of made it a thing to, if I can, catch, and I remember to, catch shinies in Premier Balls. So, occasionally I will forget and I'll just use an Ultra Ball or something. Yeah. So Legends Arceus wasn't talking about before. So I caught all the Hisuians shiny. And I've caught them again in Scarlet and Violet ones that have appeared. So I've definitely got more than enough of those for the shiny decks. But, never done the shiny living decks this properly until now. So I figured I'd go back through it and work out what I still needed. Just to fill it out. I do like shiny hunting Legends Arceus because of the shiny jingle, but it's a bit harder to hunt for specific Pokemon in that. So you can hunt for outbreaks, but you're not guaranteed a shiny from an outbreak, and it can take a while for the right outbreak to appear. So a couple of weeks back I thought I'd try shiny hunting for Unknown, because that's another one that I know I've not got all of them off, so I thought, oh, I'll try and catch all the Unknown shinies in Legends Arceus. So I tested it out beforehand and caught a shiny in half an hour, so I thought, oh yeah, this seems to be a fairly decent shiny rate, so that works quite nicely, so it should be quite a consistent shiny hunt. And then I actually came to do it on the day, and I think it took over an hour to find the first shiny, and then didn't find another shiny the entire rest of the stream, so not great. And then I tried it out a bit more off stream. No more shinies, so it's obviously got lucky the first time I done it. But it's not a bad way to get the shinies, because they are a pain to get otherwise. I think most other games it's just been in the ruins, and it's been fairly difficult to shiny hunt for them. No, that's fine. Probably come back to the Unknown at some point. Need to gather up what Unknown I've already got as well, so Legends Arceus, it's just completely pot luck, so there's no real way to tell which one I'd get. So I figured I'd just get all of them. But in a future game it might be easier to shiny hunt for specific ones. So that shouldn't be too bad. And my shiny living deck's on here now. I think I said it was 13, probably now 12. I'm gonna attack that one. Yeah, 12. I've got left now. Plus 6 starters, and then the extremely rare forms that will take a very long time to get. Because of how rare they are. I might get lucky. There's a chance I'll get lucky. But not one I'm going to go out of my way to get just now, so... The unknown, I'd at least get unknown. So they may not be the ones I want, but at least I'd get them. I've got more chance of getting a new unknown than I would of getting the right form that I'm after of the rare ones. So that's the Dudunsparce and the Mousehold. They're so rare. I'm kind of hoping they do an event of some description for them sometime. With boosted shiny chance, or just outbreaks would be fine. I wouldn't even need the boosted shiny chance because the outbreaks would do it. If I get an outbreak of them, then I can do what I done with the Milcery. Just get a ton of them and just start evolving. Just keep doing it until I found a shiny one. Or shiny one of the form that I wanted. Catch all the shinies, and then keep evolving them until I found the form. So it's an interesting way they've done that mechanic with the unique forms. Makes it a bit difficult to shiny hunt for them. These guys are definitely more aggressive than the Maschiff. Have to be a bit more careful dodging around them. This might be one that's good for picnic resets. Spot somewhere around here. Got a few other spawns over there. Look. Maybe here. And that's the target number. Just knock a few more out. I just wait for the... I don't keep count, I just wait for the "there's not many left" from the outbreak message. Then I do about 5 to 10 more, just to make sure I'm past this target. I believe the number varies when that message comes up. Is that... probably do. Nope, and it decided to do one more just because it could. Right. There's a fungus over there, and a Scyther. Got a fairly good view around here. I'm going to try picnic first, just to see if this works. Just hopping in and out of a picnic like this. Can see all these spawn at once. You can just do a quick sweep across. This does actually look like a fairly good spot I found. So I can sit here and just keep catching them, or keep resetting. So there'll be another fairly laid back period. Looking around at all of them. Oh, good, one low kicks has jumped in the edge. No. One or two other little bits at the edge shouldn't be too bad. Low kicks is an annoying one. I've got 2 of them currently. I actually missed a shiny. Ah, damn it, there's an outbreak in. Okay, there's all sorts spawning over there. I need to move sideways slightly. Yeah, I've got like 2 shiny low kicks in my storage. One I miss, and No Nimble. I don't have any shiny Nimbles. I don't think, anyhow. I thought I did at one point, but maybe not. Annoyingly, I may have evolved it. I may have had one and then evolved it, and then caught another one. Might have been one I was considering using in my team at the time. Possibly in Scarlet. In Scarlet I'd done a shiny only playthrough, so any shinies I saw I caught and could only use them, so I stayed in the first area until I got a shiny, which was a pain, and ended up being a Lechonk, which not the best starter, but that ended up being my start for the game, so I stuck with it. Then just played through the game with any random shinies. I did transfer over the living dex at that point, so I did get the shiny charm as soon as I got to the academy, to the school. So that sped up shiny hunting. Well, it wasn't shiny hunting, I was just... I wasn't doing any hunts like this. Not specific hunts, I was just roaming around until a shiny appeared randomly. Just to give it a bit of a more interesting playthrough. And just a bit of fun for me to make it a bit different from my usual playthroughs. That's kind of a shiny lock, essentially. I don't like the sort of Nuzlocke ideas of releasing Pokemon when they die, so I limit what Pokemon I can use. I won't release them if they die, so I don't need the challenge of the releasing mechanic. I'm not interested in that. I just want something a bit fun, which the shinies are the fun part for me, not the challenge. That was shiny. One's sitting down, I think. Cool. Glimpse of something that looked odd. I'm hoping these are fairly easy to spot shiny, because I'm pretty sure they've got some bright red parts on them. Quite brightly coloured. Yeah, so quite liked the shiny lock, I guess, run I done. That's completely wrong button. So that gave me quite different. So I've done shiny only playthroughs before now, but they're ones that I've bred for beforehand. Before starting the playthrough, and because I got them from other games, they just leveled up way too quick. It was just too easy, and I already had the team set out beforehand, so it made it a bit too easy in general. Plus, I'd spend so long actually putting together the team that I'd quite often just not even have time to finish the playthrough properly. I'd end up just sort of speed running it and not really stopping to enjoy it along the way. But the shiny lock, as I call it, is a bit more fun. So every so often I'd just have to stop and just start roaming around until a shiny appeared so I could add new members to my party. So hunting in certain areas for certain types, hoping I got the one I wanted. If I wanted a certain type for a certain gym, or Team Star Challenge, or... So the Team Star Challenges were a bit more tricky because I need like 3 Pokemon that were usable against them. So a bit of mix and match having to go on. So gyms and stuff. One good Pokemon could typically deal with them, then a second okay Pokemon as a backup, just to fill it out. So I couldn't be too picky with what I used. Did get lucky and get a Shroomish while I was playing through it, so I was able to evolve that into a Breloom to teach it False Swipe to help me catch any future shinies. So I tend not to use Master Balls on anything. Or Quick Balls. I don't really know why I don't use Quick Balls as much. I've never really used Quick Balls much. I've started a little bit on this if it's something that's going to be a pain to catch. So if, like ghost types and things with self-destruct and that sort of thing. Tend to use Quick Balls on them now, but I do have my Smeargle set up to help with that now. I've got Smeargle with Soak, Spore, and False Swipe. It's a good shiny hunting setup. I'm still just using Ceruledge because it's what I got during my playthrough of this game. So, fortunately, it could learn False Swipe, so I've been basically using it as my primary False Swiper ever since. It's always handy to keep a spare on hand, just in case I keep the Smeargle in the party. Just as a backup. So it's handy to have a False Swiper on hand. Used to keep the specific HM slaves, but they've done away with them now, so don't need to waste Pokemon on them. False Swipe only takes up one slot, so it's quite easy just to keep one Pokemon that knows it in the party. So I've got Ceruledge and Smeargle. I did actually Iron Valiant. I think does it learn False Swipe on its own? It might just learn False Swipe on its own. I think Gallade did. So that's another option as a False Swiper, which I think I was using as a backup against some of the legendaries, just as an easier way of catching legendaries. I already had them shine, I didn't need to hunt for those. Plus they're shiny locked, aren't they, here? So having two False Swipers when they're healing up constantly is handy. So I have those three on this game. I've got Breloom on Scarlet, just as my False Swiping team. So Smeargle's handy because of Spore as well, so I can put them to sleep. I think Gallade and Iron Valiant maybe could both learn Hypnosis, but Hypnosis isn't as consistent. So Spore is a lot more consistent, so it's a lot better for shiny hunting with, just to put them to sleep. Can't remember what the other move I've got on Smeargle is. Had a full move set up specifically for catching awkward Pokemon on it. It might have been Taunt to stop it from using stop things using Memento. I think Soak stops Explosion, I think Taunt stops Memento. So as long as they don't use any self-harming moves. Also have it terrestrialize into Ghost type as well. So physical moves that harm the user won't hit it. Which is another handy one, so it's very nicely rounded shiny hunter. Just a full swipe with. And of course I got a shiny one just because I could. I think I already had the shiny and I thought, yeah, I'll set that up as a full swiper. I found quite a good spot for shiny hunting this one. I got quite lucky with it. So I shifted over a bit to stop those extra spawns that had appeared. So back against a wall. Nice view of all the spawns around me. So, over there? No. Phone just tweeted at me. I'm important. So this one I might need to evolve because I've already got the tarantula. Not too sure what I'll go after this. I'll need to sort through and work out what to go for. I may just reset the outbreaks. Use the date skip, whatever you want to call it, thing to reset the outbreaks, see if I can find something else to hunt for. I got lucky, I got two that I needed to show up at once here. I've already caught them. Maschiff, whatever it's called. I caught quite a lot of shinies in this area. So I think the first time I got here I just ran through and found a shiny Luxray. Just as I was passing. Found a couple of Bisharps here as well. So the bamboo doesn't really get in the way too much, so it's nice and thin so you can still see past it. Other areas you get trees and they block the views. This doesn't really block the view, so it's quite a good hunting spot. I don't really have a proper schedule for streaming yet, so I need to work out that sort of thing in more detail. So Pokemon is always my go-to game to play, so but I do have games that I want to play as well, which sort of using streaming as a excuse to, or sort of motivation to actually get going on. That's what I'm doing with Batman Arkham Knight at the moment. So most of my streams so far have been that. So I think probably midweek I've been sticking to Arkham Knight, continuing the playthrough of that, and then on occasion when I have been free to stream on a weekend I've been shiny hunting Pokemon. So that's only been twice so far. First one, bit of a letdown with the unknown. didn't go well. So hopefully this will be a bit more productive. So I've already got one. That one took me about 40-45 minutes to find the first one. So hopefully this one shouldn't take as long, because I've got quite a nice view for it. So I find the easy to view ones quite a bit quicker. Some shiny hunts I've literally just turned up at the outbreak and there's been a shiny sitting there straight away. It's been fantastic, but you also get ones where they spawn when I'm still clearing through it to boost the shiny rate. I do like the outbreaks, the shiny hunting method. Just nice and relaxed. So just chill out. So I usually watch other streamers or YouTube or just TV, something like that. Quite often put an anime on, binge watching anime or something to have on in the background. I've only been streaming for 2-3 weeks now. 3 weeks? Probably about 2.5, 3 weeks. So, still not quite got everything set up properly, but I don't know how long I'll actually keep streaming for, so don't want to put too much time into it if it's not going to be used. I've got a couple of things I've been thinking about doing. I don't know if they'll work yet, so it's just going to be a bit of an experiment once I get around to it. For now, just doing my own thing. I don't know if there's any spawning over that ridge. Can't see any up there. Hopefully I'm not missing any. Didn't notice that earlier. Can't see anything going up there. I got lucky that that's a bit of a dead spot for spawns. Time is it? 10 past 4. Probably got about another hour to stream for today. So I should get this and possibly find something else to hunt for. So, not really planning out these shiny hunts too well. So I've spent more time planning out the unknown, and that didn't really pay off. So it's just a case of opening up the game. Oh yeah, there's a couple of Pokemon I need. Let's shiny hunt for them on stream. Quite like watching the hunting challenges people do, where they get groups of people together to. So PM7 was doing the regional Pokédex challenges, getting each Pokemon from each generation. Quite like watching that. Caught the stream as much as I could, but did go overnight for me, so I ended up having to watch the highlights afterwards. So I think after the first couple, they've got a bit too easy on those PM7 ones. I think some of the harder Pokemon they're making a bit too easy in the way they're shiny hunting for them. Like one person shiny hunting with loads of accounts, I think kind of takes the fun out of it. Just makes it a bit too easy at that point. It's not a case of if they get it, it's just when. So there was a... I haven't actually watched... I saw PM7 took part in it for a bit, but I haven't actually watched the full... I don't know if a full video for it has been put up yet. They've done a cat hunt. Trying to catch all the cat Pokemon. Shiny. Within a set time limit, which was an interesting one. So quite a lot of cats. They'll probably do it. Dogs and rodents are probably the options for it as well. Don't know if they've done that before, but there's a lot of dogs, a lot of rodents. Would have said mice, but I'd be narrowing it down a bit too much. So with the rodents in general, you could have all the Pikachu variants from each region. Pachirisu, Dedenne, Emolga, that sort of thing. So not necessarily mice, but rats. Rodents. So rats as well would work. So that sort of time limit challenge with a whole group of people just seems like fun. But I don't really know enough people to do that sort of thing with yet, so I watch them online all the time, but I'm still new at streaming, so haven't really made any connections yet. Streams have so far been fairly quiet for me, so I don't really know if I'm doing anything wrong or it's just not interesting enough. The Batman probably isn't the best game to start streaming with. Shiny hunting isn't the most active thing to be doing, so I think certain hunts on Legends Arceus could be a bit more interesting. So if I wasn't being specific on Legends Arceus, that would be more interesting, because I'd be getting a lot more shinies from that, rather than just focusing on just the one I was before. But I've just got so much already on that. Unless I have a specific reason to hunt for it, I just don't really see the point in going for all the other ones anymore. So multiplayer games might be a bit more interesting, but I don't really have anyone to play them with, and I don't really like to join public lobbies. I'd rather know the people that I'm playing with. I've also seen the sort of hide and seek sort of challenges. Or I've seen Nokimon. There's Noki. What are they called? They've been doing the Shiny Hunt challenge with the imposter stuff. There's a group of them that go out shiny hunting in the terrarium, the Indigo Disc, Bluebell Academy, and they score points for each shiny they catch, and every time they catch a shiny they move on to the next biome. But you can also trick your opponents into attempting to encounter you while you're disguised as a shiny, using the I can't remember what it's called now. The ability that lets you run around as a Pokemon. So if the rules have varied each time they've played it slightly, as they've been sort of developing the concept, but I've had it where you gain points, like gain a point for tricking your opponent, gain 2 points for catching a shiny, gain like double the points for catching a specific shiny, and make your opponent lose points if you trick them with a specific shiny as well. So added a bit of chaos to it and a bit of fun. So the only friends I know of that have played the Pokemon games wouldn't really be interested in that sort of thing. So play a few games online with friends from time to time. With us, sort of all off doing our own things. Some of them have moved away, so got families now and that sort of thing. It's a bit hard to get together in person anymore. So I always used to have them round for gaming on my birthday, and have pizza and stuff, and just hang out for a bit. So that became harder. So when lockdown hit, I started. I had the idea of having us all get together online, and that sort of stuck since then. So we couldn't get together in person, we just continued doing it online. It became a more regular thing, even so, not restricting it to my birthday. So now every so often when we can get together to play, been a few obstacles lately, which haven't got to play much. So I tend to play like Lethal Company, Golf with the Friends. Played some other bits before now, but it's mostly those two. So quite enjoy them. So don't use any mods or anything. Well, there's 5 of us that play, so Lethal Company we have to use the More Company mod. Beyond that, we don't really use mods in Lethal Company. I've seen some of the mods. Some of the mods for Lethal Company look amazing. A lot of fun, but we're all on sort of different systems, and not too sure if all the machines we're using can actually run all the mods properly. One of my friends, he's using a laptop that we discovered accidentally. He doesn't actually see the fog effects on Lethal Company, or the snow effects, so on the levels with snow he could see perfectly clearly, and he was like, oh yeah, there's a monster over there. We're like, where? Turns out he couldn't see the fog, so he could see everything clearly. So the rest of us were just wandering around aimlessly, and he was just like, why are you going that way? There's nothing wrong. Yeah, I don't know how it would handle mods and on top of that, so we just stick with the base game. We usually end up just getting ourselves killed a lot of the time. Last time we played, we had the cruiser for the first time. So we spent quite a while just messing around with the cruiser, 'cause we all found it rather hard to control. I'd played it by myself a bit, just to try out the cruiser before playing with them. And I struggled to control it, and then when our group got together, it was just carnage. The biggest issue was the ejector seat. At one point, it was just one person would get into the driver's seat, someone else would eject them, they'd get into the driver's seat, then the first person would come back, eject them, and it was just going back and forth between sort of swapping the person in the driver's seat and who was ejecting. So we haven't actually we've got the new mine shaft map as well. And we haven't actually got very far into that either. So on the few times we actually went inside, I think we found the mine shaft 3 times, and I think 2 of them we walked inside, and as soon as we got off the elevator, I think there were turrets sitting right in front of us. So we stepped out and just got filled with holes of turret bullets. So kind of hoping to get back to playing that with them again on a regular basis. So I usually do that on the weekends, so that may clash with me playing or streaming at the weekends. So I don't really know how much I will stream at weekends. I have other things on as well. So I do Pokemon Go events at the weekends as well, so if any of those are on, I won't be streaming at the weekends. So play Magic the Gathering, and they've got pre-release of that coming up, so that'll get in the way of that as well. So next weekend I definitely won't be streaming. So it will be quite hit and miss. This is really taking a while to give me a shiny. Yeah, so next weekend I've got the Magic set pre-release on the Friday and Saturday, then the Pokemon Go Community Day on the Sunday, so I don't have time for streaming then. But, so Pokemon Shiny Hunt's just something that's nice and easy to jump in and out of, so just do those at the weekends for now. Quite easy to just drop in and out of. So the playthroughs of games I'll leave for weekdays because I've got more time then, can stream a little bit more consistently. So I need to I think I'm getting an idea of what my sort of schedule is going to be for weekdays. I think it'll be alternating between Mondays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. At least for the time being. So I'm only really streaming while I'm out of work at the moment. So hoping work will pick up in the new year for me. Being in architecture. So new jobs tend to come in at the start of the year. That's when practices are more likely to start hiring again. So just streaming in the meantime, see what happens. Pretty sure I've killed enough of them. Never actually checked how the numbers match up. It might be that I might need a couple more knocked out to max out the shiny chance. So I'm pretty sure these are like red and black, if I remember correctly. Trouncher has a bright red ball of web. I think the red carries on from that. With a more black-based colour for the shiny. Now in this area it should stand out quite well, the red in particular, because all the green, well, there's the sort of reddish ground that I think the red of the shiny is a lot brighter than that, so it should stand out against it. Some shinies are a pain when the shiny blends in with the area. Even if it's easy to distinguish from the regular shiny, if you can't actually spot it to begin with, it still makes it hard to find. This one shouldn't be a problem, but it just doesn't seem to be spawning. Knock the mic a couple of times. Do I knock out a couple more just to see if that boosts the chance? Two. Oops. I actually meant to save quickly then. I'll do one chat before that. So, along with the starters, I've got Archalude on in the party because it was rather fitting for me to have as a shiny because of the architecture. One of the YouTube channels I quite often watch is RCE, Real Civil Engineer. Another English creator. He always makes fun of architects as being his enemies, which I always find quite funny. So I'm technically not a fully qualified architect, but I do understand what he means by some things he says. So I don't take it personally, because I've known people that are exactly like what he describes them as. This sharp now. Fair enough. I'll do one more. Save so I can restart and reload the save. Okay, that should do. Where's my spot? Is this infantries? Somewhere around here. RC tends to play through some fairly press the wrong buttons. Some quite often sort of clicker games and sort of what I'd sort of consider time-wasting games. So I like seeing those games played, but I know if I try to play them myself, I would just sink way too much time into them. So I do tend to sink a lot of time into games when I get too hung up on something. So, probably what happens to shiny hunting. In Pokemon, there are some games that I know I'd like to play, but I just know I would spend way too much time in them. I played World of Warcraft at one point, and I was just spending so much time in that game that I realised I wasn't playing anything else, and there were games I really wanted to play. So I got to a point where I had to step away and say, okay, I've got to stop playing this game. and I haven't been back to it since. So. I think I did pick it up again briefly. I think I got a free trial for like a week, just to see what the game was like again. But yeah, it was fine, but I knew if I sort of played it properly, I would just sink too much time into it. I played Genshin Impact a bit, and I'd done the same thing with that. I would spend quite a lot of time on that. I've gotten better at managing Genshin Impact now. I just sort of do dailies and storylines when it comes up. I just sort of plough through. I did stop playing it for a while. I think I got to Sumeru, like halfway through Sumeru, then stopped playing. Which may have been when Scarlet and Violet came out. Can't remember. But, sort of played it a little bit since then, just not regularly. And started getting a bit bored of how much talking there was in the story. So it just felt like I was just going from one talking sequence to another. Just the odd puzzle, the odd fight, and I was just getting a bit bored of it. But I think that was just a phase they went through, so it improved since I got back to it. So I think that's just a bit of a rough patch in the storyline where I left. I went back to it when I actually was made redundant earlier in the year, as I had the time, and sort of caught back up, and I'm now sort of up to date with everything in the game, so there's not really much for me to do. There's a few things that I'm intentionally not doing, like the Genius Invocation thing. There's like battle challenges I'm not that into. If there's a battle challenge in it, I'll just give it a miss as much as I can. I might do like the bare minimum just to earn the basics off it. So for the most part, I just sort of spend like half an hour a day just doing dailies. Just trying to clear through everything. I'm really surprised this hasn't spawned me another shiny yet. It's like 45 minutes for a shiny, jeez. So some shiny hunts go so much quicker than this. It might just feel that it's taking longer because I'm streaming it. So I usually have something on in the background to distract me. So if I'd done sandwiches it would be a lot quicker, but there's really not that much I need from sandwiches. I could have gone for these on sandwiches, but I could have just completely missed what I was after and got something I didn't want. So with outbreaks I can at least focus on a specific Pokemon a lot more easily. If you find a right area, a sandwich can narrow it down to a single species, but it is a bit more hit and miss. You may not be able to find the right area for a certain species. So I think when I was doing it before, using sandwiches, I would spend a sandwich and get like 2 shinies of something I'd already got shiny, rather than the one Pokemon that I did want to get shiny. So I wasn't able to focus the hunt enough. This hunt should be fairly focused. So I'm not seeing anything other than Spidops spawning. Which makes it odd that a shiny hasn't shown up. Technically, probably could be doing this faster, just having a quick skim around, because the shiny should show up quite clearly. So, quick sweep across of the view, and that should be all it takes. But because they spawn gradually, I don't want to miss one that spawns after I've looked away. Fairly quick pan back and forth. I'm pretty sure I've missed one because it's so obvious to spot. Just hope I don't have a repeat of last time and get one shiny in an entire stream. That one in the shadow looked very red at the time for some reason. Not the shiny. This is not the shiny you're looking for. Terrestrialised Pokemon over there. That's not of any interest to me. I was considering going out this weekend to do the Pokemon Go Gigantamax Gengar event, but just so disappointed with how they've done the whole Gigantamax Dynamax system. It's just, I don't see the point in it. The raids and the Dynamax themselves are pretty much based on the raids in Pokemon Go anyhow, so the fact that they implement them as a separate system completely just doesn't make the slightest bit of sense to me. And then requiring so many people to do these Gigantamax when it's pretty much just a cosmetic thing. It's just absurd. I do not get why they've done that. If it was a rare Pokemon that is only available through it, fine, but just getting enough people together to actually do it, I just don't see the point. So just the Dynamax in general, just the whole feature being confined just to the Dynamax feature. You can't use it anywhere else. It just baffles me why they've done it like that. I hated the way they done Shadow Pokemon as well. Well, that was just a complete waste. Pretty sure it's just a way of testing out the battle feature before they made the sort of live PvP. Well, they implemented the live PvP properly. But I still don't think PvP was really needed in the game at all, or the live PvP. The game already had PvP. Is the stupid thing. People say, "Oh, it needs PvP." It's already got PvP. Bad habit hitting wrong buttons. So Pokemon Go first launched. I found that infuriating, the fact that people kept demanding live PvP, and oh, it's not like the trailer showed. It's like, actually, it's exactly how the trailer showed. The first trailer they showed, when it showed people battling over a gym, or what we now know as gyms, didn't know it was a gym at the time. When they actually showed that, if you actually look in the trailer, only one of the teams is fighting at one time. There's a load of Pokemon at the gym when they get there, the defending Pokemon, but the trainers who own those Pokemon aren't actually doing anything during the fight. They're just sort of cheering the Pokemon on. They're not actively doing anything. It's only the attackers that are actually doing anything in that trailer. So what they've shown is exactly what we got in the way of PvP. But people wanted live PvP where both are fighting at the same time, which I don't think the game needed. I think the way it's been done is overly simplified, and I just think it turns the whole thing into just a giant game of rock, paper, scissors. So it just comes down to luck, if you ask me. You can have a competitive team, and depending on what Pokemon goes first, makes or breaks the entire thing. If your opponent has an answer to that first Pokemon, you've got the edge. If not, you're pretty much done for. So very few Pokemon are broken enough to get around that. So there's a chance you might sort of get lucky and they don't have an answer to it. But most of the sort of competitive teams that I've seen are fairly similarly built, and just gets boring. There's a PvP event on at the moment, isn't there? I have no interest in that. Whenever I want any of the rewards from those sorts of events, I just throw in a team and just let them lose every time. I think I had to get up to level 10 in that to get level 50 or something like that, which was annoying. It held me up getting to level 50 for ages because I just couldn't be bothered to do it. I was just so disinterested in it. Competitive games in general, I'm just not that interested in. I'll watch them to an extent at times. So certain games I quite enjoy watching people compete over, but I'm not the most competitive person in the world at all. I play games for fun. As soon as anything becomes to any extent competitive, I just don't enjoy it as much. To be honest, I'm starting to have that issue with Magic the Gathering at the moment. Everyone's playing like top tier decks, and it's just like, well, I don't like any of the top tier decks. I'm being forced to, in order to actually compete with them and not just lose every game in sight, I have to play a top tier deck that will compete with them, but I don't want to play a top tier deck to compete with them. Just don't enjoy that competitive side of things. So our local game shop's been doing RCQs. I done one and just found it too stressful. The cost for entering, and you had to win a certain number of games to make it worthwhile in my mind. Because the amount I was paying, I wanted to get at least something out of it. And in order to do that, I had to win like 3 games. I did win 3 games. But so I did get a bit of value out of it. But I was actually 1 place out from making it to the top 8. But it was just so stressful, I just did not enjoy it. Just have that sort of requirement hanging over me the entire time. I have to win 3 matches. I have to win 3 matches. It just stressed me out too much. one in the shadow made me think it was a shiny for a second. Oh, the shinies. So I'm hoping magic. So modern is in a bit of a awkward place at the moment. It's very expensive to build a new deck. The deck I do have, most of the people at the shop are playing decks that have a way around it, and I played this Friday, and no, it was Thursday I played that deck, and I faced 3 opponents. Every single one of them in the main deck had a card that completely shut my deck down, and that's not a fun way to play Magic, because I don't get to play my deck. And when so many people are playing decks like that, there's not really much fun to be had in it. So I'm hoping the meta gets changed up a bit at some point. Because they've got those decks to beat other specific decks in the meta. I don't think they're really intended for my deck. It just happens to mess my deck up in the process. So my deck's just been sort of hitting along the way. It's not the best, but come on, where is this shiny? Standard, I'm hoping the new set does shake up a bit, but that also means building a new deck for the format. So what I've been playing so far should be reasonably competitive decks. They should hold up quite well, but I've just been getting such bad luck with them. It's insane. They're not the sort of decks that I would typically play, that I've been playing in Standard mode, just because there are no decks that are like the sort of decks I would really play in Standard at the moment. So I'm hoping Foundations brings in decks that I would enjoy playing more, and more consistent for me, rather than the ones that are just refusing to work. As I've been playing. But to be fair, one of them wasn't really refusing to work, it's just my opponents, once I played it once, done okay the first time I played it. The second time, my opponents just had sideboard answers to it, and just I couldn't get past the sideboard cards. And wasn't the strongest deck, it was more of a fun deck, but just a couple of cards in the sideboard just deals with it, and if everyone's got an answer to it, I can't really do much after the first game. So I had a few close games with it, so it was still fun to play. So it was, for the most part, more consistent. The other deck that is technically a more competitive deck, which I just built because I had most of the cards for it anyhow, isn't the sort of deck I'd usually play, and it just has not been working out for me. I just spend so many games just not being able to do anything, when it should be just doing stuff constantly. But so it's the strongest deck I got, so it should be the go-to deck, but it's just not been, which is a shame. So hopefully going forward, so I've got pre-release this week coming up, so that should help. Maybe give me some new deck options to build. So possibly bring in a few cards from decks I've had before. Looks like it's got quite a lot of old cards coming back in it. So typically Fridays I'll be going into town to play at my local game shop every other Thursday at the moment. So I won't be streaming on those days. And I also have things to do every other Wednesday, so which fortunately alternates with them, so alternating between Wednesday and Thursday. Oops. Seems like a fairly sensible start for streaming. There's a schedule. Which typically I'll be streaming around the same time each day, so... Ah! There he is. Finally. Are you kidding me? Where'd you go? Over there, don't run off. Come back. Come here. I'm gonna try just throwing a Premier Ball to start with. See what happens. Nope. Gonna have to weaken this. Circle throw. Doesn't affect me because it's a ghost type. That's why I like using Serral Edge for this sort of thing. Ball swipe. Hoping it doesn't have any self-harming moves, but I did say so I should be fine. Yeah, most self-harming moves don't affect Serral Edge anyhow. The one issue I've had, which is I missed a low kicks before, was a high jump kick. Oh, high jump kick, that's not going to hit Serral Edge, but it does still hurt the Pokemon because it misses. Because it doesn't connect, it counts it as missing. So the Pokemon does take damage from it. Am I going to need to bring in Smeargle? $52, quite high. Oh, I need to bring in Smeargle just to put it to sleep. Switch to Smeargle. Specialise and talk and Spore. Specialise to stop the circle threat and Spore to put it to sleep. But yeah, so schedule wise, probably looking to stream well, what I have been doing. So there's like 2:30, 3 o'clock sort of time start, and then go until like 5, 5:30 most times. Does Spore not work on it? Oh, it was Insomnia. Oh, that's annoying. Why does that have Insomnia? Well, guess I'll just keep throwing Premier Balls at it. It's not like I've got a shortage of them. Oh, and there we go. Oh, guess that's that. That's another one off the list. It's getting dark, I can't see the keyboard. And oh, go away. So we're down to 11 left. Check for markings just... Oh, it's actually got a mark. Oh, Sleepy Time mark. It's Spidops the Sleepy has insomnia. Its ability is insomnia, and it's Spidops the Sleepy. What the hell is wrong with you? It's just... Oh, that's a funny one. That is a funny one. Right. Okay, so I've got a maximum of half an hour left. So, what else is there that I can hunt for? Oh, God's sake. I swear if I turn the camera around there's another shine, it's going to be annoying. It wouldn't be the first time I've just turned the camera around and found a shiny Pokemon while catching another shiny. One time I had two. I was catching a shiny and there were two shinies in the background. It was absolutely bizarre. I didn't get a photo of it, unfortunately. Lycan Rock, I've got all three forms already. That was a fun one to get. Larvesta, I'm pretty sure I've got. I've already done that. Spring form Deerling. It's a hard one to spot. But I did do a little bit of a sort out earlier. Go beyond the... Yeah, all my stupid shinies. Where was it? Yeah, I've got one spring form, two autumn forms, one winter form, one summer form. I could just quickly go for a Deerling. Oh. What's in the other regions? See if there's anything better in the other regions. Mimikyu got, Duskull got, Nitpick got, Sudowoodo definitely got. So some of these I know I've got. Could go for electric. I know I've got one in past games. Pretty sure I don't need that. Pretty sure I don't need Dodrio. Picky Peck maybe, but I don't think I need. I'm gonna go for Deerling. Just a quick extra one, just to finish off. Where is it? Hopefully it's a good spot. It is getting really dark here, so I'm just going to quickly turn my light on, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, now I can see. Now I can see what I'm doing. Where are these Deerling? Shows them as being... Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, this is going to be a pain. I'm looking for a pink flower on a pink deer, which... What are you doing? What are you doing? I hope this is a quick one, which quite often when a hunt takes me a while, the next one will be quite quick, and I got two that took me a little while, so... That last one took over an hour, so... Usually the outbreaks are quite a bit quicker than that, especially in a spot as good as that. What is that I'm looking at? Oh, it's Spidops. The tarantula. saw a weird blob moving around. Didn't realise I spawned in this area. Don't really keep track of where stuff goes. I don't usually have the sound on when I play this either, so I'm hearing a clicking sound, which I'm guessing is coming from the game. There. That might be Cerulege making that noise. Never really noticed it before. I'm pretty sure that is Cerulege. Never noticed before. Don't really pay much attention to it usually. Oh, sorry, I've just send you a message. Stalk. Hello. Yeah, I've had a bit of shiny luck today, so I've got a couple of shinies so far. Just going for another Deerling at the moment. So I switched away from the chat for a second and forgot to switch back. I just pulled up my list document. So yeah, I've caught a shiny Maschiff today and a shiny Spidops. So I'm just going for this to give me another Deerling form. Oh, we don't need specific ones actually, I can change the forms. Could just go for a few of these. Just change them. Now that I think of it. Where's the fun in that? It'll just be something to do just to finish off the end of the stream. So I've got about half an hour or so left, so see if I get one. Just doing the outbreak as it was here. It's going to be a bit hard to spot this one. I find it funny if the hardest one to spot is actually the quickest one to get. So it's not the quickest shiny hunting method, but I do enjoy the outbreaks. Trying to check all the flowers to see if there's where to spot these. Oh, Cerulege clears them out. Whoa. One way to get him to cluster up. Yeah, it's not the easiest spot. I've just spotted random ones before now, just past a group of them, and there's just been a shine around. Sorry, I just saw another message. Oh, you're going back to Alpha Sapphire? Yeah. Yeah, I've done some shiny hunting in those games as well, so I mostly used... I think I mostly done hordes, the legendaries. It's great for legendaries, they can all be soft reset for. Almost there with the numbers on this. So hordes, the Howl Park thing, whatever it was. The Friend Safari or whatever. Was it Friend Safari? It might have been Friend Safari that it was called. That was quite good for shiny hunting in. Do what? Two of the Pokemon just can't get through normal game versions. Yeah, because they shut down the online, didn't they? All I could suggest would be, yeah, so you could try getting one of the other games and using, I assume you only have one console. Bank still works if you've got Bank on your 3DS. So you could try bouncing them in and out of Bank to do that. Not really paying attention to what I'm doing anyway. Right, that should be enough. You can try bouncing them in and out of Bank to transfer them between games if you can't trade them over, or just try and find someone else with the game. So just to get them on there. So it's quite easy to breed in those games, so you would only need one, and you could then fill out the rest by breeding them a lot of the time, except for legendaries, of course. So Bank would be the best way to bounce them between them. As for you can't go from Switch to the DS, but if you get another one of the DS games, you can transfer between those. So that's what I was meaning with that. Which would be a bit fiddly, because you'd have to go through the games, but that'd probably be your best option at this stage, with the online no longer running. Doesn't like that. On this spot for a picnic. Yeah, so don't really know. I've done too much on the 3DS games for a while, or the DS games for a while, so hadn't really thought about that, and I've all the games anyhow, so it doesn't really cross my mind. You might have an idea, right? So transferring between games on the DS is possible with Bank, so I know I've done that before now, so I've bounced my own stuff between them rather than trading. Trade evolutions would be an issue for you. Just start roaming, it's a great spot. So completing the decks on older games probably not the easiest thing to do. So technically my first shiny was in Pokemon Gold, which was or not guaranteed shiny, it was Pokemon Gold, because I got a Rattata in that, which wasn't great. But shiny hunting properly I started in Platinum, I believe it was. And I soft reset for a Rotom just to see if I could. And then I started breeding Pokemon and sort of started dabbling with other shiny hunting methods. So I tried using the Poké Radar at that point, which never really got into the Poké Radar that much. Didn't really enjoy it, so I had to put too much attention into it to keep track of everything. Again, do I soft reset? I think it was Platinum that I soft reset for the Rotom on. I don't think I even had the shiny charm at that point. I didn't really know much about shiny hunting. I just knew I could soft reset for a shiny, so I just started soft resetting for it, which was probably a bit of a stupid thing to do now that I think about it, because it's much easier just to breed for one now.
Well, either way. Rotom, so actually now it's Shiny Locked and Platinum, is it? It was that generation, I know that much. And I Shiny Hunt, soft reset for the encounter on the TV set. I didn't realise it was Shiny Locked, because it's not actually a legendary. Because I always thought it was at the time, because there was only one of it, but then I realised, I know you can actually breed it. It's not, wasn't actually a legendary, it's just sort of pseudo-legendary, I guess. But I think other legendaries were, that the actual legendaries were Shiny Locked. I'm not sure if Rotom was. It's a bit of a misleading one because of its sort of unique presented nature. I know it was one of those games, so it might have been Diamond or Pearl that I done it on. It was definitely that generation. So, got me questioning it now, so I'll have to look that up later to see if it was Shiny Locked. I don't think it was. So not being a legendary and not being... Wait, no, it wasn't a gift. I think gifts were Shiny Locked. Legendaries were Shiny Locked. So the starters weren't, I believe. But soft resetting for one of those, I just didn't have the patience for. So I bred for shiny starters back then. Oh, Hawlucha. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a few shiny Hawluchas in this game already. So I'm pretty sure I got it on... I've probably got it multiple times now over the years. Just on this alone, on Scarlet and Violet alone, I've got it over 300. So just trying to fill in gaps and decks that I can remember. So I need to transfer over all my old shinies from bank to home to work out what I still need properly, which I have not got around to doing yet. Today I was just Paldean Pokemon. I started off one, and then I remembered that as I was sorting through, I found the Deers, and I saw that I only had a few of the Deers in their regional forms, so I thought, oh yeah, there's a Deerling outbreak, I'll do that just to finish off. So I don't know if I'll actually finish this on stream or if I'll just do it a little bit later, but so I'll need to be going in about 10-15 minutes, so... I was trying to find the older games from the STD. No, I haven't been using herbs. I can use herbs, I just prefer the outbreaks. Just less resource intensive and a lot easier to just focus on a single spawn. So I should have hit the limit to max out the shiny rate on them. So hence I'm not attacking them anymore. No, I'm just sort of despawning and respawning them. Yeah, the herbs do make it a bit too easy, I find. So this way is, I find, a bit more interesting. So it doesn't boost it as much. Also, you don't have the time limit, so you're not racing around hunting for the shiny before the sandwich wears off. So just knock out a handful of them, well, like 40 odd of them. And then I can just roam around waiting for the shiny to spawn. A couple of weeks back I tried shiny hunting on Legends Arceus for Unknown, and that didn't go well. I found one in about 2 hours, so I tested it beforehand, and oh, thanks for the follow, Gus Wolf. Yeah, I'd tested the idea out before streaming it, and took about 20 minutes to get a shiny. I was like, oh yeah, this seems good, I'll do this on stream. And then I actually came to do it on stream, and it took me over an hour to find one, and then didn't find another for the entire rest of the stream. I tested it out a bit more since then, and it just wasn't paying off. So I've decided to leave that shiny hunt for now. Just filling in some gaps of what I can remember of the shiny decks now. You can see the flower at first. A bit fiddly with these flowers to spot. Now, I swear if I get another Maschiff while I'm doing this, that's going to be annoying. Because it took me about 40 minutes to get the Maschiff earlier. Well, thanks for luck. So I've only got 5-10 minutes left on this, so I don't know if I'll get another one today. So they did take a bit longer than I was expecting. For Spidops especially, it was a good spot for them, and I don't know why it took so long. So it took over an hour to get a Spidops shiny. It was a nice easy one to spot, good spot to reset with the picnics. So Maschiff was quicker than the Spidops. I'm just surrounded by things I already have shinies as well, so I'm not dreading seeing something else shiny that I've already got. Or got enough of for the decks. I might actually need these Deerling for the decks, to be honest. I might have them on previous games. But it was just something to hunt for at the end. So I've probably picked them up before now. From one shiny hunt or another. Chinese Score Bunny. I probably don't have a Chinese Score Bunny. Most of my Pokemon are just the English ones I catch. Like shiny Score Bunny. Yeah, I've got shiny Score Bunny. So. Oh my god, that is actually a shiny. That is actually a shiny. That is perfect timing. Oops. Oops. That is good timing. Wow, that's a good way to end the stream there. So just see. Yeah, I got the luck right there. So just on concerned about the shiny Score Bunny, I get the shiny Deerling. Nice. Premier Ball because I can. Right. Quickly save that. Oh, thanks for the follow. So. Don't know how much more I'll do today. I don't actually have room for that there, so I'll... Oh, yeah, so... Score Bunny. There. Shiny Score Bunny. A box of starters. And... I've sorted through these a little bit. Well, actually, where was the... I don't actually know where that Deerling's gone now. It's probably gone to the end. Yeah, these are all shinies. So, I have a lot. There's the Deerling. There's the Deerling. Yeah, I've done a lot of shiny hunting in this game, so lots of shinies, lots and lots of shinies. Some very stupid shiny hunting, very stupid shiny hunting. So I'll just leave that there for now. So this is what I'm working on for Paldea at the moment. So that's the ones I've used before now. So all these are shiny. But yeah, so I'm just trying to fill in these gaps at the moment. So some of these are in parties and whatnot, so not quite as holy, but yeah. So these were a pain in the arse, and they all look the same. So it's just like they are technically different. So you can see these have got the different gems on, but these are different cream colours, and they're still the same colour. So Vivian's, that was a fun one. All of them. That was with help from Pokemon Go. These were a pain to spot because they're tiny. I think there was an event for them which helped. All the Goomy line. Scoots. Originally I was going for just one of the line, which I've already got for all the Paldean stuff. So there's gaps, but they're either some of them are here, so I haven't just put them into the list yet. But now that I've pretty sure I've caught one of every line in Scarlet and Violet among all these many boxes full, so I've now decided to start filling in the gaps as I've got time to do that. So all the Pokemon, I've probably got some of them on past games, so I need to work out what I actually need of the older Pokemon. But the newer Pokemon I know I'm not going to have, so that's why I'm just focusing on them at the moment. So I'll just be filling in some of these gaps. So Olive and Hub Oliver. Arnie there. So Ceruledge is in my party here, and Armarouge I've got on Scarlet. So I do a lot of shiny hunting. When I was at work, I'd just pull it out on my lunch break and do some shiny hunting as well. So all of the that I need to evolve into King Gambit at some point. I'll do that when I get around to it. A few I need to evolve. It was annoying. These were actually in the event recently, and I'd already got them all shiny, so I didn't actually need the event. But yeah, I've done a lot of shiny hunting, so got both Scarlet and Violet to get both the Taurus forms. But yeah, so I'm just sort of filling in the gaps for these at the moment. So the mark and unmarked, which you can't actually see on here, but they are marked and unmarked. So that was from an event. I managed to find someone with them. So does have the shiny mark on it. But yeah, so I'm just sort of filling in some gaps for now until I work out what else I need. Got all the evolutions there, so some lines I've already done, filled out. They just need to have the form changed. So starters, I know I've got starters on previous games, I just don't remember which ones, so I haven't bothered getting more of them yet. All the Basculins and Basculegions, even though I'm pretty sure I've already got those on previous games. So it's just that. Marked, yeah, some of them are marked, so not all of them. Just I don't really go for the marks, so occasionally I get a mark or two. So today I got another Maschiff. Already had one with a mark on, and I got what was it? Spidops with a mark on, and this is quite an amusing one because it's got insomnia and then it's sleepy. It's Spidops is sleepy with insomnia. I just found that funny. It's so that was an amusing one. Tandem Mouse, I will need to. That's going to take some time. I'm hoping for an event to help with that and Dudunsparce. So I've got the regular Dudunsparce. I haven't got the 3-segment. Same with the Mousehold. So you'll see in the other boxes there were some more Tandem Mouse dotted around, which are just spare ones. But I've already evolved them. And none of them are family of 3, they're all family of 4s, so I didn't bother saving after I'd evolved them, so they're just in storage for now. Yeah, I need to sort through all this, so got a few duplicates dotted around. Gyarados is a particular annoyance of mine, because I think on the Game Boy games, I think I got about 3 shiny Gyarados that weren't guaranteed, yet on different games, the only shiny I got was shiny Gyarados. It was really annoying. But, whatever. You said about the Hawlucha earlier, so I've got one Hawlucha there, another one there. Lots of shiny Hawlucha. Oh, another one. But I just keep getting those, apparently. Yeah, got some extra Roaring Moons as well, got the Voltorbs. So, most things I've got at least one of the line of, I think, or not all of them. So, I do just need to work out what I still need of the rest. So, before streaming today, I did just quickly sort through the Paldeans. So, and a few other bits. But yeah, I spent a lot of time shiny hunting. Oh yeah, the Hawlucha do look quite nice in Scarlet and Violet. So they're very easy to spot as well, so most of these I think I was hunting for other things and just happened to get them in the process. I think most of them, I think I was hunting for... what was it? Was it the... It wasn't them, it was... those. Indeedies. I was hunting for Indeedies that spawn in the same area, trying to get both genders. And I end up getting a load of Hawlucha in the process. So yeah, Luxray and stuff as well. All the evolutions. Dusk form was a pain. Yep. Marked and unmarked versions of Sinistea as well. But anyway, I think I'm going to need to be calling it a day at this point, so it's 3 shinies from the stream, so that's a lot better than the unknown last time. So you've already followed, so thanks for that. Probably, I'm not sure when I'll be streaming Pokemon again, probably at the weekends, similar sort of time. At the moment, so once I get my schedule properly sorted out, I'll post it, but it's going to be a bit hit and miss for the time being. So I won't be streaming again next weekend, possibly the weekend after. Yeah, possibly the weekend after I'll stream again. So, thanks for watching. So if you turn on the notification thing if you want to know when I'm live. I do stream during the week. I've been doing a playthrough of Batman Arkham Knight, just for the fun of it. Yeah, so I'm going to call it there. Give that a quick save. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. So thanks again, and goodbye.